Wow, I hope you have enjoyed the lessons above, that is the information processing cycle. I hope you have gone through the stages involved in information processing cycle. But then let's just summarize it in this short uh, conversation. Now, the information processing cycle comprises five stages, as we can see. Now, the first four stages are compulsory. Let me say you can't process information without those stages. Now, the last stage, it is an optional. It's an optional stage. Now, let's look at the first four stages. We have the first stage, which is the input stage. Now, when we talk about input talks about feeding data into the computer as it is rightly said in the lesson above. Good. Inputting data, that is feeding the computer with the data. That is the input stage. That's just what happens in the input stage. You feed in. If you want, let me say, if you want to know the number of students in your schools and their names, you key in all the students in your computer. The computer will tell you how many students you have keyed in. Yes, that is just an example of the input stage. Now we go to what? The processing stage. Now the processing stage, that one has to do with what the data goes through, what the data goes through in order to provide the information, the action the computer will take on the data in order to give you the information. That is what is termed as what? The processing, the actions that the computer will take on the data you have keyed in. That is what is termed as what? The processing. Good. Now we look at what? The output stage. The output stage is the end product of a process data. The end product of a process data. Now what you get, the information you get after your data has been processed, that is what is termed as what? Output stage. That is what happens at the output stage. Now we go to storage. Now this storage stage, it comes, yes, this storage stage, this is the interesting part. This is why I'm taking this video. Now the storage stage, it comes in between the processing and the output. Now when you key in your data, then the computer process it. The computer will process it and store the data, the information inside the computer itself before it will not give you what the resource is. It will first keep it to itself. It will then bring it out and show it to you as the user as what the resource is. It doesn't just process and give it to you without keeping a copy. It keeps a copy to itself before it will then display to you what the result is. So you see that it works in between the output and what? The process. It doesn't come under the output. No. It doesn't come under the output. It is in between the process and the output. Good. Then we now talk about communication. This is why I said it is an optional. When you work on your information and you feel like sharing, you share. If you don't feel like sharing, you leave it. Now, but come to think of it, what is the essence of you having an information on your own? Only you having the information. We need to share. That is why we added it at what? A stage of what? The information processing cycle. Yeah, you need to know something. When you know, you also share with people. Maybe what you know is not the end of it. When you share, someone will also have something to add up to it to make it what? A complete knowledge. So that is why we added what? The communication or the distribution stage at the information processing cycle. But that stage, it is not core in the information processing cycle stages. It is what? An option now. I hope this cycle has been summarized very well. Stay close and go through all the lesson. Thank you for your time.